The only connection, according to the CIA, is that a firm where several Finder cult members work provide computer training to CIA officers. So the Finders are not associated with the CIA. The Finders simply train the CIA. And nothing makes this more abundantly clear than the statements by the Finders cult leader named Marion Petty, who was interviewed by Steam Shovel Press in 1998. And in that interview, Petty states, and I quote, "Going back to World War II, I kept open house mainly to intelligence people in Washington, OSS people passing through, things like that. I was studying them back in the 30s. It was ONI back then, Office of Naval Intelligence. And then the coordinator of information comes on. And after that, it turns into the OSS. And the OSS turns into the CIAU. And then the CIAU turns into the CIA. So I've been studying that all my life. But I wasn't personally working for them. I just kept open house to a lot of these counterintelligence and intelligence people over the years. I have been reported to their security officers probably plenty of times for trying to find out what's going on in the world. I've tried all my life to get behind the scenes in the CIA. I sent my wife in as a spy to spy in the CIA for me. She was very happy about it, happy to tell me everything she found out. She was in a key place, with the records, and she could find out things for me. And my son worked for Air America, which was a proprietary of the CIA. There are some connections, but not to me personally. Then from a confusing memo that I found on the internet called Investigative Leads, it stated that in 1956, a Marion Petty received intelligence training from the military and was sent to intelligence school in Germany. Marion Petty's handler was a man named Charles E. Marsh, who introduced Petty to his wife and got Petty jobs with the CIA, working as a secretary in Washington and in Germany for the chief of the station in Frankfurt. Marsh provided Petty with funds to buy real estate and land. Then Petty began recruiting young kids from hostels and universities and began infiltrating several movements, including the hippie drug culture, the School of the Living, the Institute for Policy Studies, the World Future Society, the Human Potential Movement, the Institute of Cultural Affairs. Then Petty's activities took a different turn in 1979 when he recruited John J. Cox, founder of General Scientific, which was a computer firm specializing in classified defense contracts. Cox trained several of Petty's finders in computer programming and communications technologies. So Marion Petty, the founder of the Finders Organization, was a military-trained special agent who started off infiltrating spiritual and intellectual groups, then got involved with computer programming, working with the CIA, and soon was involved in child pornography, Satanism, and human trafficking. So these are the type of people who are in control of your establishment and the reason why everything is failing in your country. Because the people who should be investigating, reporting, and taking steps to counter all threats to our nation have become a pack of ravenous degenerates who no longer resemble an intelligence agency and have become a cult of satanic weirdos who molest children and play with feces. And they call that national security.